Kind Healthy Snacks is one of the fastest growing companies in the snack food industry. In just 3 years, Kind has grown by 425%. Creating a cohesive corporate culture is a huge part of Kind's mission. They strive to create quality, healthy products while ensuring employees are engaged, happy, and excited to better the company every day. They are proud of the company brand and culture they have built over the last 12 years and believe it is the reason they are as successful as they are today. Kind is expected to grow exponentially over the next few years, and to keep their original company and model intact, they will have to stay true to their values. According to Ibis World, the snack food production industry benefited from increased demand over the past 5 years. The industry's future looks promising yet stable, with improving economic conditions expected to further lift demand for snacks. As the economy has continued to strengthen, discretionary income levels have climbed. The price of key ingredients such as corn and wheat has also fallen for much of the period, reducing costs and expanding profit margins. Overall, industry revenue is anticipated to increase at an annualized rate of 2.9% over the next 5 years.
Culture is a huge part of a company's identity. According to Deloitte, culture includes the values, beliefs, and reward systems that influence people's behavior on a day-to-day basis. Kind must figure out how to keep employees motivated and engaged through a period of growth and expansion. This can prove to be a difficult challenge if concerns about profits outweigh the attention paid to employee needs. In order to gain some insight on how to maintain culture, we looked toward other companies and how they dealt with similar problems. We looked for companies that have gone through huge expansions over the years and also have a unique company culture, one of which was IBM. We set up an interview with Bob Burke, a project manager at IBM, to discuss how they have dealt with conserving culture while going through an expansion. Here are our questions and his answers.
That's a difficult question. It's a big company. The culture is different depending upon what group you're in within IBM. I'm in the IT services group, and our culture tends to be very collaborative, supportive. But as a company as a whole, IBM believes in respecting people, servicing its customers, and really thinking, using collaboration and teamwork as a company. So it's a good culture, especially on the IT side. I have 6 people on my team, but we're a project-based organization. We work in matrix organizations, so I have projects that have over 30 people working on them, but they may report to other people. So they'll work for me on these projects and then go work on other projects. So 6 for me and 30 people working on the projects. The company does, but it's based typically on the overall success of the company or your division. You'll get a annual bonus. However, unless you're in the sales and marketing area, most of the teams, organizations, will occasionally do bonuses and awards for major projects. But up until now, financial rewards are pretty much once a year. There are recognition programs where team members can give another team members a recognition. The amounts tend to be small because it's more important that you recognize a teammate with a free cup of coffee, a small $25 gift certificate, things like that. So that's probably the big thing right now is peer recognition, small money, monetary by amount, but it does recognize a teammate for helping and being supportive. Well, I think it goes back to the culture. If you respect people, if you communicate, if you're open and honest and you allow them to collaborate, they can participate in the change. They know what's going on. The more information people have, the more supportive they are about what's going on, especially if they're part of the change. So we're pretty open in things that we have to get done and changes we have to make. And even times we're making tough changes, we're reducing staff, or we're moving work offshore to different countries. We are completely open with people as to what we need to do, how we need to get it done, and then with where the opportunities are for them to grow their skills and find new opportunities. We have embarked on a whole new initiative. It's based on agile methodologies, which is high performing teams working in a rapid delivery model where the teams are empowered to get the work done. We meet daily, but for a very short amount of time, so teams can adjust course immediately, can get feedback immediately, can make decisions, can fix issues, and move forward. But what that does is we're moving away from a hierarchical based model where you got to talk to your boss's boss, or the boss's boss's boss, to where the teams can make decisions and move rapidly. And people like that. It's you own the results. You're accountable. What I've learned is money in and of itself isn't the major motivator. Once people are paid well or decently, and at IBM we have good salaries. Money in and of itself doesn't motivate you. You enjoy the quality of life. You enjoy the type of work you're doing. You enjoy your teammates. You enjoy the work, the challenge. I think you focus on those things. You make the work challenging. You make the work environment as conducive as possible.
Organizational development is a collection of change methods that try to improve organizational effectiveness and employee well-being. Organizational development methods value human and organizational growth, collaborative and participative processes, and the spirit of inquiry. Organizational development adds responsibility to the employees and managers to maintain open communication and constantly reevaluate the needs of the organization. For the purpose of this project, we will specifically focus on the subsets of organizational development that are centered around team building and survey feedback. Team building activities use high interaction group activities to build trust and confidence between team members. We believe this will allow kind employees an opportunity to learn about one another and to become more open to new faces through the expansion process. Survey feedback is a tool that allows companies to ask important questions of their employees and ask for useful feedback as well. The use of this method in Kind's case will allow employees to speak openly about their needs throughout the growth process and ensure that they don't get left behind. Feedback will also be useful in identifying discrepancies in employee perceptions and incorporate the employees' viewpoints and solutions to potential problems.
As with any activity that asks for employee contribution, it's possible that motivated employees will continue to be motivated by these tactics, while demotivated employees might be unwilling to participate. We can't expect all employees to comply with these change tactics. Those who are already demotivated might not be willing to change their ways and may be unwilling to contribute to team building activities as well. Survey feedback isn't always reliable because different environmental factors influence the way people respond to surveys. Also, surveys and questionnaires are effective when responses are actually given, and it's possible that employees may not want to contribute to management's efforts. High non-response rates may indicate demotivation or dissatisfaction, which could alter the accuracy of the feedback. Kind can combat this resistance by offering incentive programs to their employees, such as higher levels of responsibility and self-management, and training workshops to keep everyone up to date with changing technologies. They could also offer praise techniques in the form of extra days off for efficient work of high quality.
Transformational leaders inspire employees. Experienced employees can benefit intrinsically from having larger degrees of responsibility and from being able to manage themselves. Followers of transformational leaders use their self-interest to emphasize the overall goals of the company and experience high levels of commitment to their work. Kind employees will be able to see the positive impacts of their work on both customers and teammates, and so they need a leader who will give them the personalized attention they need and inspire them to embrace growth and change in a positive light. A transformational leader who implements subsets of organizational development, specifically team building and survey feedback, will be best suited to lead the KIND team members towards high levels of motivation and satisfaction as the company continues to grow and expand.